I'll be loving every. I'll be loving every time. I'll be loving every family.
Who are we?
We are
the Honor Family.
I'm sorry.
I like your light, but I wonder would you light up mine? I've been feeling shine away from who I really am. I wish the world would slow down so I can have my own peace of mind. But I won't shine away from who gon' take mine. Lord, would you pick me to shine? I had the key to the golden gate to shine. I wouldn't dare you to cross that line.
Well, birth story. So it is, sorry, that was in a video. Anyways, so basically, I'm gonna just start off on what happened at home before I went to the hospital. So on March 7th, it was, no, March 8th. I don't know why I keep saying March 7th, but on March 8th, it was around 3:30 in the morning when I first started having my contractions. Like, I was past 40 weeks. I was at 41 weeks. I was already 41 weeks, I believe. Yes, I think I was 41 weeks. Okay. Anyways, so I was having real bad contractions, and they kept getting worse and worse. So about 3:30 on the 8th that morning, I woke up, and the contractions woke me up because all of a sudden I just started really bad, painful contractions. But I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you this: I was supposed to give birth February 29th. That was my due date. But 8 days later is when I finally gave birth. But anyways, so I had laid back down after around 3:30 when I got up, because I was like, I'm just trying to lay back down and see if I can lay down and then these contractions go away. So I lay down. About 3.5 hours later, I woke up again with bad contractions. So I was like, okay, I gotta just let Oliver know I'm having contractions. So I told him I was having bad contractions. He told his grandma. So what happened was, she said, okay, get ready. So I had to get ready. He got ready. And then we had to wait another 20-30 minutes because his mom was coming to get us, to take us to the hospital, because the hospital that's near us, that would have been the hospital I went to if I would rode in the ambulance, and I don't like that hospital. So yeah, anyways, I had to wait to go to the hospital I really wanted to go to. So she finally came, and then she rushed us to the hospital. When I got there, I was still having contractions. Like, from home all the way to the hospital, I was like having small contractions. But before I left to go to the hospital, the contractions was like 3-4 minutes apart. No, 2 or 3 minutes apart, sorry. So then, you know, I basically went to the hospital. They said, what are you here for? And Oliver's mom said she's about to go in labor. So I literally was past 9 months. Like, literally, I was like 41 weeks. So I was overdue, way overdue. And then, so they hurried up and rushed me and put me in a room where they had me change into their attire, like the little gowns and stuff. So I had to hurry up and change into that. They took my temperature, they checked the baby, then they finally took me to a room the room I would give birth in. Well, once I got in there, first room, he wasn't able to come in there because they only said one person. His mom came in there. So once they put me in a room where I was gonna give birth, that him and his mom stayed there with me for a long time. Like, he stayed all the time, but his mom stayed, and then she had to go. So anyways, let's get back to the point. Anyways, sorry. I like to go in detail with everything just to let you guys know. Let me fix this camera. So basically, they came and they drew my blood, like, from this arm and this arm. Then they came and put my IV in. They was having trouble finding a good spot for the IV, so they kept putting needles in me, like, the whole entire time. I'm like, literally, can you just find a place? Because, like, finally they just put it in my hand. And then they put it in this hand because it was, like, this wrist. And it really hurt because they, like, put it through a vein, I feel like, because I'm not sure why it was stinging so bad. It was stinging bad. I'm pretty sure I put it through a vein. But anyways, oh my god, this is a long story. I want to just tell everything. So I'm not even going to say long story short because I want to tell everything basically what happened. So then I waited and I waited and I waited, and the doctors kept coming and checking on me to be like, make sure I was okay or whatever. So then they said, do you want epidural? And I said, yes, I need an epidural because I don't want to feel no kind of pain at all. So they gave me the epidural, which it did not hurt at all. Like, I didn't feel nothing when they gave me the epidural. All I felt was my leg was getting warm. I'm like, why is my leg getting hot for? Like, it literally was getting hot, and then I started numbing up. I started getting numb, like, from my waist down. And I was like, this whole entire time after they gave me the IV, and I was still having trouble, like, giving birth, like, because she wouldn't come. Like, we was waiting all night for her to come. They could have had a C-section done on me, but I'm glad I did what I did with vaginal delivery because I feel like the C-section would have been worse. But I still had to get stitches either way. So it was, I don't even remember the times of the things. So I'm gonna just say it like this. I didn't get to the hospital till like 8 o'clock that morning. After all that, about, I don't even remember what time it was when they induced me. I'm pretty sure it had to be like 5 or 6 o'clock that afternoon, maybe earlier. I don't remember. Okay, sometimes between 8 and like 3 or 4 they induced me. So we waited and waited, and then, you know, I kept having back contractions. The contractions was worse in my rib area, and that was the worst part, was in the rib area. So finally, once they induced me, it started, you know, I started feeling a little better because once the IV, the epidural was in me, I really wasn't feeling as much pain as I was when I got there. I'm trying to remember because some of this I don't remember because it's just been 8 months ago and I don't remember for 8 months ago. So what else happened? So basically, that's what I needed you in this video with me. But anyways, I'm gonna just keep on.
I wasn't a part of it anyway, cause like it was a lot of doctors around you, so I couldn't be around you anyway.
Nah, I'm talking
So
like
that wasn't my story to tell, cause I wasn't barely even in front of you.
no, I'm talking like before the doctors all got right there. But anyways, then so I was just sitting there in pain because once they put the epidural there, I was feeling good for a minute. I was feeling perfectly fine. Nothing was happening. I was feeling good. I'm like, I'm feeling good, you know, like I'm feeling good right now. And all of a sudden it hit me again that these contractions were getting stronger and stronger. And I just couldn't hold the tears back. Dude, I had to let them go because it was hurting so bad. When I realized that they didn't give me actual epidural that they're supposed to, because obviously an epidural, if you women out here know you had epidurals when you gave birth, the doctors did not do that. They basically just gave me a shot in my back, and it was a shot, I'm pretty sure. But then he said, every time you feel pain, hit this button. He had something connected to my back, and I had medicine basically going in me every time it hurt. But he was basically he gave me too much. He gave me more medicine than what I was supposed to have. Like, I feel like, because the medicine was making me go to sleep, and during birth, you're not supposed to go to sleep. So he kept giving me I don't know what he was giving me, actually. It was like some kind of medicine. But every time I said it hurts, the doctor came back and gave me more medicine. Like, you're giving me more than what I need. Like, I know I say it hurt, but like, you're not supposed to give me that much medicine, because every time he gave it to me, I started going to sleep. And then this is where it got me at. The doctor, I forgot the doctor's names. I don't remember all the names, but the doctor came in there and said, take a 30-minute nap. I couldn't even take a nap. First off, why would I take a nap in the middle of me trying to give birth? That didn't connect to me, because I'm like, That don't make sense. And then, so I just laid there. And then the contraction, they kept on getting stronger. Like, they started to be a minute apart. Like, literally. Not even a minute, I'm pretty sure. Because they were just back to back to back to back. And then, finally they came in. They said, okay, let's try to push. I was like, okay. So we started to push. And I wasn't even able to push. Like, I wasn't. Because she was asleep. She was asleep and like, she wasn't even trying to come out. So basically, what else was I saying? What was I saying? So as I have, you know, I was sitting up, like you're supposed to be sitting when you're about to give birth. The inner part of my thigh, well, what do you call it? The pelvis. Every time I try to push, I wasn't able to push because my pelvis was hurting really bad. And I'm pretty sure her hair was right there, because why would my pelvis be hurting that bad when I'm trying to push? This birth was not a good birth. Like, pushing it was not good. Like, going into labor, all this stuff was not it. It happened the way it shouldn't have happened. Like, they could have did it better, but yeah. And then once so I lay there for long hours and hours and hours and hours passed by. Finally, they were like, okay, I just gotta get her out. I forgot what these things are called. They're like shaped like scissors things, but it's like what they pull the baby's head out with. So they had to pull, like, I'm gonna tell her to come there because the doctors were tripping. I don't know. So once she got there, that's when we really started pushing, because she was helping me too. See me push, because there was so many doctors around me. Like, he had nowhere he could stand because everybody just circled me. I was like, it was literally like 20 something doctors in there. I'm like, why does all these doctors have to be in here? And then, so they kept saying push, push, push. And I was trying to push. I kept pushing, trying to. Then they was like, okay, I see her head. I'm like, does she have a head full of hair? Because, you know, I was worried. I was, like, concerned. So they was like, no, she don't have a head full of hair, but she has some hair. I was like, okay. But that was one of my favorite parts, though, because I was hoping she had a head full of hair. But, what was I saying? So, finally, they kept trying to pull her out with a thing, and it wasn't working. And then I had to lay there for another little bit, because, you know, I was really struggling. I was getting really hot, like sweating. And I felt like I was going to pass out because the way I had to push, and then I started sweating and getting really, it was getting hot in there. The room was like real hot. So I laid there, and then I had like a cold rag over my hair because it was just too much heat. And then finally I was like, let's try to push again. I want to try to push. Sorry. I was like, I want to try to push because I was ready to get her out. Like, I was ready. So basically what happened was I kept pushing. And they was like, don't stop, keep pushing. So finally I kept pushing, and here she came. Oh. But it was so bad though, guys, because his point of view, what he saw, there was blood went everywhere. He said it looked like a horror movie, like a scary movie. So yeah, it was more to it. I just don't remember every part. Like, I was probably wrong in some areas because, like, I kind of forgot things, you know. At that point, I wasn't even trying to pay attention. I was just trying to, like, could she come on? But yeah, so I'm gonna just keep on talking for just a second because I feel like it. She came out to be 8 pounds and 9 ounces. I'm pretty sure that's what I had. Yep, 8 pounds and 9 ounces. I'll show you her footprints when after she had came up. These are her footprints, guys. Her left foot and her right foot. I'm gonna compare her foot now to these just to see how big her feet is now, because she was so big. Not like big, but she was big. She was big. That's why I was hard for her to come out, because she was a big baby. What else was I about to say? So she was basically born like 3:27 on March 8th a.m. Finally, yeah, and I had to stay in the hospital like 3 days after that. I had to stay on the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, and then they let us go on the 11th. So that was 3 nights we had to stay. But I actually enjoyed it because it was like calm, you know. The only thing I didn't really like, because the doctors kept coming there and giving me needle, like shots and stuff, and then they'd come back and take my IV out of this hand and put it in this hand, and when they put it in this hand, it hurt worse than it did when they put it in this hand. The whole time. But I don't blame them, because I wanted, every time I try to go to sleep, I wasn't even able to go to sleep, because hello, every time I go to sleep, they'll knock on the door. Then they took baby K to the daycare. They went to give her own little bath, and then they had some delicious food. Like, they really had a lot of good food. Even Oliver could tell you that. We enjoyed that. They had a TV, you know. We watched a little bit of TV. And I told Oliver to take his Xbox, and he was like, nah. He should have took his Xbox, give him something to do. But it's okay. He was there. That's all that matters, right? He probably didn't see me get there, but he was there. That's all that matters. But I don't think he wanted to see it anyways, because it was too much blood. Like, the lady had her, from her freaking tip of her fingers up to her elbow was just bloody. Like, I was like, how much blood did I lose? I lost a lot of blood during that pregnancy, that delivery. I will do all that over again, because I want more kids, but no time soon, because I'm like, I just went through that pain. I don't know how to go through it again so soon. They did stitch me up. They did. I don't know how many stitches they put in me. I'm pretty sure they said like 8 or 9, I think. I don't really know. I'm not really sure. But it wasn't a lot. It was hard to walk. It was hard to sit down. It was hard to lay down. I wasn't even able to walk like that. Like, when I came home, I basically just stayed in a room because I couldn't even really do anything for like 2 weeks. Like, I had the stitches in me for like 2-3 weeks, and it hurt horribly. Like, when I sat down, I couldn't even sit down. Like, when I had tried to lay down, it hurt so bad. But yeah. If I have any other thing to add on to the story, of course I would do another video connected with this video. So I'll do a birth story part 2 if I have anything else I need to include on this. But other than that, please, well, thank you guys for watching so much.
You hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload our next video.
He is so irritating. Thank you guys for watching this video. Alright, go ahead, Baba.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload our next video. Peace out.
Peace, guys. And please, if you have anything about your birth stories, please share them, guys. Share them with me. I would love to hear y'all's birth stories. Y'all can inbox me on the Instagram. Y'all can inbox me on YouTube, on my Facebook. I would link that stuff in the comment, in the description sometimes when I have a chance to. Maybe not now, but I will. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys later. I'm just fine. All right.